Hey, welcome there everybody. Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV. And here we are playing a little classic 1967 APBA. Today I chose Baltimore. This is opening day in 1967, April 14, 1967. We're using the Digi Dugout score sheet. It's Baltimore at Kansas City. Let's go over some of these players and their lineups. It's going to be Luis Aparicio, a pretty much fielding column 1 fielder. He's a 9, so that's a pretty good fielder. Paul Blair, fielding column 2. He's batting second, the center fielder. Batting third is the right fielder, Robinson. Fourth is Brooks Robinson, who's off the charts at a 6. I think it's like a handful of 6s that APBA has ever given out at a position. He's the third baseman. Boog Powell at first base, low rated. He's a fielding column 3. Kurt Bleffrey, he's in left field, a 1. Davey Johnson, average at column 2 at second base. Batting 7th, batting 8th is Andy Etcherberry. He's a low end catcher. And Tom Phoebus, who's got a pretty good grade, but he does have that W, which shows that he has a wild streak. He's got some heat as well. He does have an X. And now for the Kansas City Athletics. It's going to be Bert Campaneris. Let's go over the cards. These are gorgeous cards. Bert Campaneris, of course I sleeve them, 1967. I'm going to protect them for the next guy. Hershberger, Campaneris is an 8, which is a 2 fielding. But then you got Hershey Hershberger, who's a 3, so he's a fielding column 1. Yes, sirree. Danny Cater, 2 at first base. That's poor. Ed Charles, who plays with the Athletics for a short time and then moves on to the Mets. He's a 3. Had to create his... Well, I actually just photocopied his card. Rather, scanned his card from the other set. Joe Rudy I had to make using Steve's APBA card maker. And Joe Rudy plays for a while. He's in left field. I don't have the number. He's a 1, though. I made him a 1 in left field. Dick Green is a 7, middle of the road. He's a fielding column 2 at second base. Jim Gosser in center fielder at a 2, in the middle of the road. Phil Roof is the catcher. He's an 8, not too bad. And Lou Krause, a D pitcher, Y with a 1. But he does have a home run at 66, so he must have hit a home run that year. Let's start playing. APBA plays fast. I wanted to try out these new cards I got. You can check out my channel and the unboxings that I do. You can see a lot of, I'm getting into older 60s stuff. And let's play APBA. I'm using the book. I'm not using the old classic boards. Using the book. So that's going to be a 22, and that is an 8, which is line base hit for Luis Aparicio. So Aparicio rips one to center field. He's on with a single. And next up is Paul Blair. Oh, let me get a yellow shaker. Now I could use my super duper old shaker or my medium old shaker. This is my plastic shaker, but I'm going to use my cardboard shaker out of respect. There we go. And that's going to be a 35, which is a 9, and that's going to be a little bouncer to third base. And charging hard is Charles, and there's no play, so that's going to be an infield hit, first and second. Frank Robinson up next. Power hitting right fielder. He has a 1 at 66, a 4 at 11, a 5 at 33, a 5 at 22. Yikes. So he's got some power. Beaumont, Texas. Home of the Confederacy. All right, Frank Robinson. And that's a 24. Struck him out. So Lou Krause gets him on a curve. 1 out. Next is Brooks Robinson now, who also has a little bit of power. A 1 at 66, a 4 at 11, and a 6 at 33. Here's the pitch, and that's a 51, which would be a little bouncer right back to the mound. And the throw to first, not in time. So Brooks Robinson beats it out. Another infield hit. Those 9s, I'm not sure if those are infield hits or what they are. Let's see. First and second with a 9 against this against a D pitcher. That's a single, beats out infield hit. Yeah. All right. So here's Boog Powell with the bases loaded. Powell, the first baseman. He's got a 0 at 11, a 0.66, and of course he's got some ones sprinkled about. So he does have some power. Here's a pitch, and that's a 66. And that's going to be a 0. We're going to look at the second column. So he gets into one and drives it, and that is going to be one hop off the wall. 1 run scores, 2 runs score. Brooks Robinson at first base is slow, so he will hold up. But it's a 2-run double for Boog Powell. Runners on second and third, and only 1 out right now. Kurt Bleffrey, also known as Clank, I guess that's alludes to his poor fielding skills, right? Clank, he's from Brooklyn, New York. Born in 43, so he would be today. He would be that would be 57 plus 20. He's 77. Kurt Bleffrey. All right, second and third. We're going to play the infield in. Oh, that's a foul ball. Foul straight back. And a souvenir for a lucky fan. And it's a 45. Ball 4. That's going to load the bases. Well, now at least you have a chance for a double play, right? Davey Johnson, manager of the Mets in the 80s. Bases are loaded. Let me go to that page. The Athletics are a column 3 fielding, and that's a foul ball. Pull down the line and foul into the seats. And that's a 46. Struck him out. So Johnson goes down looking, and that is out number 2. Here comes Andy Etcherberry. So Etcherberry plays with the Orioles for a while, and then eventually ends up with the California Angels. I remember him with the Angels. Etcherberry with the bases loaded. You got Brooks Robinson at third, Powell at second, Bleffrey at first. And here's a pitch, and that's a 55. That's lined for a base hit, single, and two runs will score here on this one. 1 run around to score is Robinson, followed by Powell, and Bleffrey will possibly get thrown out here. Let me see. 2 bases, S on first, out at third, and he is S, and he gets thrown out at third base. So it's 7-6. And that'll end the inning. But Etcherberry with a 2-run double, a 2-run single, drives in 4 and 5. And then he drove in 1 and 2. And we now go to the bottom of the first. That was a long first inning. And next inning in the top of the second will be Tom Phoebus due up. Campaneris from Cuban. Here's the pitch from Phoebus. That's a 25, and that's a check swing blooper, and that falls in there. Campaneris is always a threat to steal. Here's the pitch to Hershberger. That's a ball, and there goes Campaneris to throw down from Etcherberry, and not in time. Stolen base for Campaneris. So he's on at second base. 1-0 to count on Hershberger. Here's the pitch to Hershberger. 34 is a 31 with a runner at second. And a 31, he is a 2. We're looking at individual fielding. So under that is Blair. And Campy goes back to second base with 1 out now. Here's Danny Cater, right-handed hitter. A 23, and that's bounced to second base. Second baseman is middle of the row, so it's bounced to second. Runner will advance. And here's Ed Charles. Right-handed hitter. And it's a 35, and that's a 22 with a runner on third. And they are fielding column 2, and the 22 is going to be fielder short. No, it's going to be a ground ball to short, over to first, and that retires the side. So no runs, 1 hit. And it was 4 runs on 5 hits in that first inning. for the Orioles. Tom Phoebus leading off the top of the second inning. I want to get at least 3 innings here. He bounces one to second base, up with his green, and throws out Phoebus. 1 down. Luis Aparicio singled in his first at bat, and that's a 66. That's going to take us to second column. Gets into one, drives it, and that's going to be down the line into the corner. Digging for second is Aparicio. Here's the throw, and he slides in under the tag with a double. 1-out double for Luis Aparicio. Up next is Blair. And Krause is struggling here in the first couple of innings. He's given up a couple of doubles, 3 singles, a walk, 4 singles, and a walk. And that's going to be a 61, which will be popped up. Middle infield, shortstop, Campaneris. And that is 2 outs. Here's Frank Robinson now with a runner at second base. Pitch, and at 23 is a 22 with a runner at second. And that's going to be, there he goes. There goes Aparicio, the throw to third, and he is safe. He's not slow, is he? No, he's fast. He steals third. And we weren't paying attention to him, and he took third. Here's the pitch to Robinson at 23, and that's a 22 again with a runner on third. That's bounced, let me see. That's going to be, yep, bounced to short. And that'll end the inning. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 left. And we move to the bottom of the second. Joe Rudy leading off. Joe Rudy just plays a handful of at-bats in 67. 21, and that is a fly ball left field. And drifting under it is Bleffrey, makes the catch. Dick Green next with a 22, and that is a beat. That's an 8, but a beat pitcher. That's going to be a fly ball center field. On the run is Blair, and Blair tracks it down. Got a good read on that ball and took off the minute you heard the crack of the bat. Here's Jim Gosser, left-handed hitting center fielder for the Kansas City Athletics. Will become the Oakland Athletics. That's a 16. And that's Hershberger. No, that's Blair. 16 is going to be a range single. Base hit, falls in front of Blair, who just kind of hesitated for a split second, and that was enough to secure a base hit for Gosser. So it's a 2-out single for Gosser, and here comes Phil Roof, right-handed hitting catcher. Slow runner. That's a 63, and that's popped up high to the left side. Going back is Robinson and Aparicio, and coming in is Bleffrey, and Bleffrey takes it for the out, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left, and we move to the top of the third. Score is 4-0. Baltimore. It's a 16. That's bounced to short. Charged by Campaneris and gets Brooks Robinson 1 down. Here's Boog Powell with a 35, and that's going to be ball 4. So he doubled in his first at bat, and now he walks. So he's been on both times. Kurt Bleffrey, he bats lefty, slow outfielder, a 1. So not a good outfield. He's called Clank. Great nickname. And that's a snake eyes with a runner on first. That's going to be a 4. And a 4 is going to be a drive over the center fielder's head. And that ball is going to roll away from Gosser. Scoring is Powell. Around second and digging for third is Bleffrey. Here's the throw, the tag, and he is safe. RBI triple for Kurt Bleffrey. Here's Davey Johnson up next with a runner on third. That's 5 runs in 3 innings, so not good. And they're going to bring the infield in. Here's the pitch to Johnson, 13, ball 4. Trying to get through this inning. I wanted to see if I can squeeze some, I have a 24 card set. You don't get a lot of pitchers. So back then, they didn't use a lot of pitchers. It was like a 10-man pitching staff. So you can't pull guys in the first inning all that often. It just becomes hectic. All right, so we got first and third. We're going to play the corners in the middle halfway. Here's the pitch to Andy Etcherberry, 35. And that's going to be a pop-up in foul ground, second baseman near the stands, and he makes the catch. So a nice catch there, reaching into the stands by Dick Green. And here's the pitcher, Phoebus. And that's a 54. That's a fly ball, right field. Hershberger's in right field, and he makes the catch. So 1 run on 1 hit, a couple left, and we move to the bottom of the third. Playing APBA Classic 1967 cards. Beautiful, real thick card stock. You know, high quality cards. And here's Lou Krause with a 61, and that's a bouncer to short. And Aparicio picks it up on the run and throws out Krause. 1 down. Next is Bert Campaneris, who singled and stole second base in that first inning, and here he's going to single. Again, he's on at first. A little ground ball up the middle and through into center field, and he's always a threat to steal. Throwing over is Phoebus a couple times, and Campy goes in head first. Here's a pitch to Hershberger. There goes Campy. It's a strike. Throw down from Etcherberry, not in time. So second stolen base for Campaneris. Both times I rolled 25. So 1 out, 1 on in scoring position, and here's Hershberger. And that's going to be a 34, which will be a fly ball, center field. Paul Blair tagging his Campaneris, but only takes a couple of steps, and he's not going to challenge. Blair throws a strike to the third baseman, Robinson. And here's Danny Cater. And a 54, and that's a fly to right. Over near the line is Frank Robinson. He makes the catch, and that retires his side. We go to the top of the fourth. Luis Aparicio leading off the top of the fourth against Lou Krause. Opening day pitcher, that's a 46, and a fly ball to right field. Hershberger makes the catch. I should have said Frank Robinson made that catch before, I think. I'm not sure if I did or not. May have mixed it up. Okay, so that's Hershberger with that catch. Here's Paul Blair. Paul Blair with a 64, struck him out. That's the third strikeout for Lou Krause. He's settling down a little bit. He does have a Y. And here's Frank Robinson with a 55, and that's going to be line. Base hit, center field. Rips one. Frozen rope from off the bat of Frank Robinson. My, he's a powerful specimen. And here comes Robbie Robinson, or Brooks Robinson. Back-to-back Robinson. That's nightmarish. And here's the pitch. And that, it was a 66, but that's going to be a 39. There goes Robinson, the throw down, and he is out. Still caught stealing. 39 will be a caught stealing 2-4. And that retires the side, so no runs, 1 hit. Nobody left. And Brooks will be leading off the next inning. Here's Ed Charles in the bottom of the fourth. Playing APBA Classic using the, I think it was about early 2000s book. So we're using the classic shaker, the cardboard shaker. That's a 16 to Ed Charles, and that's bounced to short. On target. Aparicio on target to Powell. 1 down. Next up is Rudy. Rudy, ball 4. So Rudy walks. He's on at first. And it's Dick Green now. Pitch to Green, and it's a 26, which will be a fly ball right field. On the run is Robinson, and he makes the catch. 2 out. And here's Gosser, center fielder, lefty hitter. It's a 15, and that's line base hit. That'll send the runner to third, Rudy to third. And then Gosser, there he goes. The throw down from Etcherberry, not in time. Stolen base. So second and third now. Gosser has a little bit of speed. You know, that's automatic with this game. And here's Phil Roof with second and third. Remember, it's 4-0 Orioles. But they have an opportunity here. But guess what? They're going to intentionally walk. I'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to fill in 5 innings. So they're going to intentionally walk. Well, you know what? They're not going to intentionally walk them because they really don't want Krause out of the game yet. Because so they're going to face Roof. Here's a pitch, and that's a 24. Struck him out, and that retires the side. So a 24 with runners on second and third. Fielding column B, and that's a pop-up. Why did I think it was... oh no, it's a 13. It is a strikeout. My bad. All right, so no runs, 1 hit, 1 left, and it'll be Krause leading off. So this is probably Krause's last inning. Robinson with a 34, and that's a fly ball. Medium center field, moving a couple of feet, is Gosser, and he makes the catch. Next is Powell with a 15, and that is line base hit to center. That's the second hit for Powell. He's 2 for 2. Here's Bleffrey from Brooklyn, New York. That's going to be a 51, and that's a little ground ball, and that's going to be stopped in the hole with no throw, so that's going to be an infield hit. So it goes in the hole at second base, but there was no throw. He was only able to get a glove on it, stop it from going to the outfield. Here's Davey Johnson with runners on first and second. Some movement in the bullpen. And that's going to be a 5-4. That's going to be lifted to right field. Right fielder's a 2, so I don't think they'll... a 3, so there won't be any advancement on that. So 2 outs now for Andy Etcherberry. Etcherberry picked up a 2-run single in the first inning, made it 4-0. He has, you know what? And we're gonna walk Etcherberry, who's terrible. I mean, Etcherberry's terrible. Yeah, we're gonna just pitch Etcherberry, and that's a 24, and struck him out, and that retires the side. So no runs, 2 hits, 2 left, and we move to the bottom of the 5th. We're gonna start off with a pinch hitter here. Let's see who we got here for the I don't know who we got. I believe Monday's with the team. So I'm going to bring in Rick Monday to pinch hit. I should protect him with a sleeve as well. There you go. There's no injury numbers on these cards, which is kind of cool. It's before the injury numbers were used. And that's a 23, and that's a fly ball left field. On the run is Bleffrey, and Bleffrey runs it down. 1 down. So Krause's day is over. He won 6 innings. Or did he go 5? No, he went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 innings. Struggled a bit at the beginning, but then settled down. Did give up 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hits in 5 innings. Ouch. 4 runs, all earned. Walks 1, 2, 3, 3 walks. Strikeouts, 4 strikeouts. So here's Bert Campaneris in the bottom of the 5th inning. That's a 22, and that is a fly ball center field. Shallow center racing in is Blair, and Blair makes a nice running catch for out number 2. Here's Hershey Hershberger. The pitch of 56 is a 34 with nobody on. And that's the thing with APBA, you got to turn the pages, and that's going to be a strikeout. No, wrong. It's going to be a pop-up. Shortstop Aparicio, and that's 3 up and 3 down. We move to the top of the 6th inning. We're gonna have a new pitcher for the Kansas City team, a guy named Tony Pierce. And let's also get a sleeve for him as well. Sleeving all these guys, 67 cards, man, you got to protect them. And Pierce is going to be a B, Y, Z. All right, and he'll be batting 9th, obviously. Krause's spot. All right, FIBA's leading off against a B pitcher. That's a 65. That's going to be popped up. Foul ground, catcher in foul territory. Throws his mask away, and Phil Roof makes the grab. Luis Aparicio's next. 31, and that's ball 4. Aparicio walks. Paul Blair, who's 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored, he popped up and struck out. Paul Blair, known for his defensive prowess. 36, and that is a 33 with a runner on first, and that's popped up to the left side. Third baseman Ed Charles calling for it, and that is a fair territory, so it's a pop. 5, 2 out. And here's Frank Robinson, a 44, and that is ripped, a 7. And a B is going to be a single runner third on this. So hustling a third is Aparicio. We got first and third with 2 outs. Here's Brooks Robinson this time. Brooks Robinson today's 1 for 3. Steps into the box, right-handed hitter. And remember, this game is brought to you by Lucky Strike, the smooth, cool flavor of a real cigarette. And also, it's brought to you by Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer. And when you ask for Pabst Blue Ribbon, ask for the original. All right, Brooks Robinson, here's a pitch, and that's a 35, ball 4. That's going to load the bases. So, out to talk to Pierce is Phil Roof. Going to face Boog Powell, left-handed hitter. All right. Okay, so Boog Powell steps into the box, stands 6'3", 240 pounds from Lakeland, Florida. And that is a 56, a 34 with the bases loaded, and that is going to be a fly out, unless a Y. That struck him out, and that retires the side. So no runs, 1 hit, a couple of walks, 3 men left, and we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 4-0. Playing APBA Classic 1967. This is one of our first games, came out. This is really a copy of National Pastime, if you see the National Pastime cards from the 20s and 30s. Dick Seitz just kind of borrowed that idea and then added some basic pitching, which is really A, B, and C. D is just the league average. So here's Danny Cater leading off. He's from Austin, Texas, my neighbor. That's an 8, which will be a fly ball to center field. Easy out for Paul Blair in center. He has a beat on it. Charles can go for 2 ground outs to short, and a 15 is going to be line base hit center field. So Ed Charles strokes one to center field, and he picks himself up a base hit. He's on at first. Here's Joe Rudy. 31, and that's ball 4. Puts runners on first and second. So the tying run is on deck with it's going to be Jim Gosser on deck, and up now is Dick Green. That's a 41, a 12 with runners on first and second. I don't know what this is going to become. Let's find out. It's going to be a 12. Ground ball to short, goes to second for 1, back to first. Oh no, it's ball 4 because he's got a W. That's going to load the bases. He does have a W, I had to check. So now the Orioles get something going in the bullpen. A couple of arms, a couple of bodies moving out there. And here's Jim Gosser, who is the tying run now at the plate. So a home run by Gosser here ties the ball game. Wouldn't that be exciting? My first 1967 game using I played Seavers 1967 with a couple of different systems. Here's a pitch, and that's a 34. That's a drive to center field, and on the run is Blair, and Blair tracks it down. Bases loaded, and an 8. Let's see if we can pick up a sac fly here. No, it's going to be too shallow. He was playing shallow and then went back on the ball, and Charles decided he wasn't going to risk it being four runs down. Here's Phil Roof with the bases loaded. Here's the pitch, and that's a 36, a 33 with the bases loaded. That's going to be a line drive to first and caught by the first baseman, Powell. That'll end the inning, so no runs. 1 hit, 3 left, and we go to the top of the 7th inning. Bleffrey leading off against Pierce. That's a 13, ball 4. A lot of walks in this game. And APBA isn't a game that gives up particularly a lot of walks. That's 3 walks, 4 walks, 5 walks, 6 walks for the Orioles, and 3 walks for the Athletics. Kansas City Athletics. That's why I think I picked them. So Pierce is going to bat here leading off. I mean, I can't pull Pierce. I'm just in the 7th inning. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Pierce is up next. So right now I got Davey Johnson. So let's pitch to Johnson, a 56. And that is should be a 34 with a runner on first. What is that going to become? Um, 34 with a runner on first. That's going to be a strikeout. So he chases a curveball in the dirt, and that's 1 out. Next is Etcherberry, who's 1 for 3, and a 63 will be a fly ball to left. Rudy has it in his sights and squeezes it for the out. And now it's Phoebus, and we're going to let Phoebus bat. We're up 4-0 with a 56, and that's another 34. That should be another strikeout, and it is. And that ends the inning. So no runs, no hits, a walk, 1 left, and we move to the bottom of the 7th inning. The numbers on these scorecards are really, really small. And that was 2 innings. We got 2 more innings to go. So we're going to pinch hit here. And we're going to bring a guy named Webster. Ramon Webster is going to pinch hit. And it's the pitch at 24. It struck him out. 1 out. 4-0 Orioles. And we're going to get a new pitcher. Let's just pull a pitcher. It's going to be a guy named Acker. He's a D and a 2 and a Y. And we'll do that here. All right. Campaneris, who's 2 for 3 with 2 stolen bases. And it's a 42. That's a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks for Phoebus. He is an X, by the way. And Hershberger with a 46. Fly ball down the line in right field, and Frank Robinson got a beat on it. No runs, no hits, none left. We move to the top of the 8th. New pitcher, Acker. He's a right-hander. Here's a pitch at 24, and that's a fly ball to right. Hershberger covers a lot of ground. 1 out. Blair next with a 42, and that's ball 4. So Blair's on at first. Here's Frank Robinson, good power. 36, and that's ball 4. Back-to-back walks. A walk to Blair and a walk to Frank Robinson. And here's Brooks Robinson now with runners on first and second. Pitch from Acker. Snake eyes, and that's a 4. I think that's a 3-run homer, by the way. First and second with a 4. If you know APBA, I think, off the top of my head, that is a deep drive to left center field. Back goes Rudy to the track, to the wall, and that's gone. 3-run shot for Brooks Robinson. Yikes. That's a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Powell is up next. Powell. Today, Powell is 2 for 3 with a double, a 2-run double, and a single. He walked and struck out. Here's a pitch, and it's a 43. That's going to be a ground ball right back to the pitcher. Acker throws him out. 2 down. Next is Bleffrey with a 46. Struck him out, and that retires the side. But the Orioles pick up 3 more and a couple of walks and a 3-run homer by Brooks Robinson. And they lead it by a score of 7-0. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Danny Cater. So we're going to see if Phoebus can go a complete game here. 46, and that's a fly ball left field. And that's Bleffrey got a beat on it. 1 down. Ed Charles is next. He goes to the Mets in 67. These cards say 68, but there's 67 cards. And he swings and misses for strike 3. 2 out. And here's Joe Rudy. Joe Rudy's got a couple of walks and a fly out. And that's a 56, and that'll be a pop-up. I think that's to the shortstop at 34. I think it's a pop-up to the shortstop. And it is. That'll end the inning. 3 up and 3 down here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And we go to the top of the 9th. Leading off is Johnson against Acker. Gonna let Acker go. If he gets in trouble, we'll pull him. Davey Johnson with a 36, and that's a strikeout, I believe, a 33, and it is a strikeout. 1 down. And the Etcherberry next. And it's a 45, that's ball 4. Here's the pitcher. We'll let him back. Pitcher with a 23, and that's a strikeout. So 3 strikeouts so far for Acker. And here's the top of the order in the top of the 9th for the Orioles, who are up 7-0. And a 51, that's a base hit for Aparicio. Runner will go to 3rd on that. And there goes Aparicio. Throw down and not in time. So it's a single and a stolen base. That puts runners on 2nd and 3rd. Paul Blair with a 55, and that is laced for a base hit to the opposite field. Cut off in the gap by the right fielder Hershberger. 1 run scores. Aparicio scores, and that's a 2-run single, scoring 8 and 1, 2 RBIs for Blair. And that's going to be it for Acker. Acker got hit for 5 runs in a 1 2/3 innings. Ouch. They call him the Chief, but he was not much of a chief today. See if we can find another reliever here. Wow. Segui's coming in there. Segui's got a relief rating, and Paul Lindblad has a relief rating as well. So we'll bring in Segui. We don't have a lot of pitchers, and we're not going to worry about it. He's only got to pitch a little bit here. He's a C, so he'll be a B for this first batter, and then a Y. So he'll be a B for Frank Robinson with runner on 1st. Here's the pitch from Diego Segui with a 65. And that'll be a pop-up behind the plate. Flipping his mask away his roof, and he makes the catch near the stands. So 2 runs come in on 2 hits, and they lead at 9. The Orioles lead at 9-0. I don't know if this Kansas City team was any good. I have a feeling they weren't very good, based on what I'm seeing here. But I don't get the feel. You know, APBA wasn't about very much. They don't give you like a card with the 1-loss record. They don't give you any stats on the card. You just got to kind of read the card and try to, you know, guess at it if the guy was any good or not. There's certain things you can look at, but it's going to be Dick Green leading off here in the bottom of the 9th. It's 9-0 Orioles. Tom Phoebus is trying to go for a complete game. That's a fly ball. Easy out in center field for Blair. Next is Gosser. Gosser with a 16, and that's bounced to short. Up with his Aparicio, and he throws out Gosser, who is flying down the line, hustling here despite he's down 9-0. And here's Phil Roof. 66, and that's going to be the second column. He gets a hold of one and drives it, and that's going to be 1 hop in the gap off the wall, and into second base is Roof. And we're going to get a pinch hitter here for Segui. It's going to be Ted Kubiak. So Ted Kubiak is going to pinch hit. So that was in the 7th. This was in the 5th. And Kubiak, it'll be in the 9th. Oh. And here goes. Here's the pitch from Phoebus. We're trying to get him to complete the game. And that's going to be a 63, a 29 with a runner on second base. That'll be a ground ball to first. Powell flips to Phoebus. 3-1, and that ends the ball game. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left, and yikes. That's all I can say. Wow, 9-0. Let's color in the hits because I don't have any help here to do this. I'm gonna have to do it by hand. 3-run shot there. Tons of walks. Holy smokes. Rolled 40. All the numbers I rolled were walks. And then there were, I think, 5 hits in that first inning. That killed them. It was already 4 runs down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 hits for the Orioles. No errors that I remember. And for the Athletics, six hits and no errors. Win goes to Phoebus. He'll be 1-0. Loss goes to Krause. He'll be 0-1. And that's 1967 APBA. Hope you enjoyed the game. Final score is Baltimore 9. Kansas City Royals nothing. This is Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV. Remember to like, subscribe, and click on the bell so you get alerted to my videos. And I will see you guys soon. Take care.